Digital modulation is the counterpart of, rather, digital modulations are counterpart of the analog modulation bandpass modulation techniques. In analog domain, we have AM, FM, phase modulation, etc. In digital domain, those AM will be converted into amplitude shift keying, or ASK, something like that. So these are basically the counterpart. But digital modulation has got certain extra advantages that we will study later on. Digital modulation, generally, those AM, FM that we have understood in our analog modulation, their counterparts are called the binary modulations, like ASK, PSK, or whatever may be. They are the binary modulations. That means the input signal is binary. That means it has got two states. But for digital modulation, we can have M-ary modulation. We will discuss it later on, along with certain advantages of M-ary modulation. But for the time being, we will try to understand the binary digital modulation technique. So first, the modulation technique that we are going to study is the amplitude shift keying. Amplitude shift keying. Keying means switching. So just like amplitude modulation, here also the amplitude of the sinusoidal carrier will change depending on the binary baseband signal. So here we can say the ASK signal can be represented like, for logic 1, the amplitude will be represented by, say, A1. For logic 0, the amplitude will be represented by, say, A0. And A1 and A0, they are two different things. They have got certain different values. So the ASK signal can be represented in this way. If omega c is the omega c equal to 2 pi fc, where fc is the carrier frequency, we can write a1 cos or sine, whatever may be, omega ct for logic 1, and a0 cos omega ct for logic 0. So this is how we can represent the amplitude shift keying signal. Now, why it is called keying or switching? Because the signal amplitude will momentarily changed or suddenly changed from A1 to A0 or A0 to A1. That is why it is called switching, just like switching action. Well, there is another variance of this ASK. If A0 equal to 0, then this ASK is called the on-off keying. On-off means the carrier will remain on when we have logic 1 and carrier remain off when we have logic 0. So on-off keying signal, or in short form it is called ook. Okay, ook. So ST equal to, say, A1 cos omega ct for logic 1 and equal to 0 for logic 0. So this is the expression for on-off keying. Now, on-off keying signal, if you consider these expressions, you can see that there is no component of one signal into another signal. That means they are orthogonal to each other. But ASK may not necessarily be orthogonal. So this ASK is a superset, and on-off keying is one of the subset with a special satisfying the special criteria that A0 equal to 0. Well, in ASK, conventional ASK, we can apply different data format, but that cannot be possible for on-off keying. So there are relative merits and demerits of this on-off keying and ASK. That detection of on-off keying is easier compared to this conventional ASK, because the distance between the two signals is larger. So those are few differences and relative merits, demerits, etc. Now let us try to understand and to make this, and not only that, we must need bit synchronization as well, because this integrator should work within 1 bit time. So actually we need two synchronization. One is the synchronization for the carrier, there's a phase synchronization. Another, we require a bit synchronization for this integrator to operate. Now we will consider the non-coherent detection. Non-coherent. In non-coherent technique, the incoming ASK signal is first passed through a bandpass filter. This bandpass filter will eliminate any out of band signal or excess noise present in the incoming signal. Those out of band signal, out of band noise will be washed away by this band pass filter. Next we have what we call an envelope detector. So we have a rectifier along with low pass filter. So this combination is nothing but envelope detector. The output is then sampled and given to some decision device or comparator. So output will be compared with some threshold voltage, say Vt, and we will get the output signal. So this section is envelope detector. It is the same as that of the AM demodulation technique. So here we have to take the samples. That means we need a clock, and that clock must come from the synchronizer circuit. And if there is some problem in this clock, obviously we will get erroneous result. So in non-coherent technique we require bit synchronizer, though we don't require any phase synchronization for the carrier because we don't have any locally generated carrier at all. So this is all about ASK in simplified fashion.